I'm at a stalemate with the game of golf, where it's kind of like I don't look at you, you don't look at me.
Yeah,
I won't bother you, you don't bother me.
We're just gonna do stuff, but we're not gonna talk about it.
Yeah, we're not gonna keep score. We're not gonna whatever. I'm not gonna care too much about it, and you're not gonna like really piss me off.
Yeah,
that's the only way I can play golf.
It's it's like playing a great show. It keeps you going. You have a couple of shows and you're like, man, I still want to do this. And then you have that one show where everything clicks and you're like, yeah, it's the same with golf. You hit 8,000 terrible, worm burners or, chunks or whatever, but you have that one just
right. And it keeps you coming back. That's all you need. Until, like it's I think it's great. I will, I play the exact same game of golf if I haven't touched it in 5 years or if I haven't touched it in 5 months.
It's just the same. Yeah, every time.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
That's me, just absolutely terrible every time. It's never going to get any better because I don't put in the work to get better.
Right, and to get better, you have to care. But then when I care, I enjoy it less.
Yeah.
So I've just, I don't care. I'm going to put music on. I'm going to golf in bare feet. Kick off my shoes and golf in bare feet, I think.
Yeah. Matt Alderman style.
Yes.
Yeah. He's like, I haven't upgraded my club since like 2007.
Yeah.
And he's all, you got to do that. Technology improves every 6 months. I don't care.
Right.
I honestly do not care.
You got to be good for the technology to improve the game.
Yeah. I buy new balls. That's all I'm buying because I have to.
Yeah, because I lose
and
them
I'm
all.
of the exact opposite thing. I buy used balls because who cares? I don't I don't like the Pro V1. I'm insulting the designers of Pro V1.
Yeah.
We're not of the echelon
I don't deserve
to use that.
I haven't earned it. And that's okay. And then also allows me to just not care even more.
I have my brother-in-law passed away a few years ago, so my sister gave me like his golf balls. And what he would do is he'd like play early every weekend because he was retired dentist and everything, but he would go to the ponds like when he wasn't playing and he would dip out all the balls. This dude had 5,000 golf. I have a tub of golf balls in my garage right now.
Yeah.
I would have brought you some.
No, that is, I mean, that is a way of life it's like a genetic thing. You either have the gene or you don't. But if you're a golf ball picker up kind of guy, especially when you have the time, that will fill up voids of your life until you're 80 something. And you're my grandfather, like God rest his soul. He died at 95 and was picking golf balls till
it's like panning for gold for certain people. I carry them on 65 with me in my car and I throw them at the drivers.
You should.
I should. Yeah, it's terrible.
Satisfying.
Yeah, pull it up a little bit closer.
Yeah, get that up in your face, Daddy Bear.
You kind of got to be kind of right up on these bad boys.
Yeah. No, the fabled.
Have you used the microphone and boom stand before?
Like I'm for sure. Like I'm the guy saying that.
Now you sound really sexy.
Now I'm trying to just chill.
Oh yeah,
it's fine. You're fine.
Hold on.
We're fine. I was waiting for the feet.
There you go.
To see those shoes they're strong. I like your shoe game.
Thank you.
Yeah, I've gotten into shoe game.
Really?
Yeah.
I am at the mercy of my Instagram feed. Like I am as good as the algorithm is. And who am I to deny the algorithm place in my foot? So like these shoes, like I'm scrolling, I go, oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's like click.
And they magically appear.
It's amazing.
It's too easy.
It was one click and we're buying stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking of Instagram, I'm not going to say what type of video I got on.
Wow.
But Colt knows, but I got on like this little kick of watching these videos that they're funny, but
they're not culturally appropriate.
They're not culturally appropriate.
Right.
But you wouldn't say politically correct things.
No, but like for the 1950s, maybe.
Yeah. So I got on
Right
a
at home.
Definitely the
tangent
60s,
one day for like, a little while, and it was scrolling through it and just oh my God, I can't believe that's a thing. Well, now Instagram's like, hey, you remember all these videos? Here's some more of just like that. And I'm like, no more.
If you watch one or two of those videos, they're like, here's 5,000 more. And
Yeah.
you're like, oh, I don't really
No,
want
no,
this.
back to puppies and kittens.
Oh, dude, yeah. For me, it's these cow hoof trimming, bro.
The farriers, the horse trimming.
Horse trimming, cow.
It's therapeutic, yeah.
Dude, when I
mean,
grew up in
it's like-
Texas, I used to watch people do that because, I lived on a ranch and farrier would come out. And as a little kid, it's really fascinating. Well, that's become a thing on Instagram. I'll find myself watching those things for like an hour.
Yeah, it's like
I'm
a
like,
weird
it takes me back to my
ASMR.
childhood.
Yeah, you get that hoof.
Yeah, you scrape that thing
It's
off.
it's a hack. Are we a cussing product?
Yes, we fucking are.
Okay, great.
America, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, this is now my second 4th of July as an American
Welcome.
citizen.
Oh,
So-
as an official citizen.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to get the
Eagle? Did you get an eagle yet and a flag?
I have a knife that has the Constitution on the blade.
fuck yeah?
My constitutional pocket carry, which I'm not carrying, but I have it.
Have you ever eaten a bald eagle?
Yeah, well, no, that's what's served to you in the ceremony when you
Dip it in
when
ketchup?
you
No.
swear. I pledge allegiance, and
It's the blood of Ronald Reagan and
for sure.
and
Yeah, they have a
deep
little
fried
bit.
eagle.
It's a little bit, and a time honored tradition. I'm just happy to be one of y'all.
So how long did it take?
I mean, I've been here since 07.
yeah.
So all you really had to do is just fly to Mexico and walk across the border, and that would have been a lot.
Right. All this for sure. Well,
Okay.
no, but that's exactly to do it the right way is
They make it hard.
extraordinarily fucking difficult.
Yeah.
If you're
and
coming from the
expensive.
northern border, it's not as easy as the southern border.
Yeah.
I had a good friend of mine that was Canadian from Ontario.
Yeah.
And he married a girl from here.
Yep.
And they were like, nah, you're no.
That's not
He's
enough.
he's like, but I'm married. He's like, no, we don't care.
Didn't that used to be a thing?
It did you that was you were
There's a
citizen.
TV show, 90 Day Fiance,
Yeah.
is a lifetime, not lifetime, it'll be TLC. One of these
Yeah,
things.
the Learning Channel.
The
Brilliant.
learning life's lessons.
Yes.
And the whole premise of this dating show is people on whatever that visa is, and you have 90 days to like actually get married.
Yeah.
And then that person can like come and stay in the country.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not as lenient on that.
No. Well, people abused it for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome to Twangtown. I am David Tolliver.
And I'm Colt Mirsky.
Oh, Brewski.
And today we have with us award-winning musician Dave Cohen.
Howdy.
Only the best for you, dude.
Yeah, dude.
You get the pad sound
No,
effects.
this is I listen to a lot of podcasts,
Yeah, dude.
and
We are so low budget.
dude, I'm here for it.
We love it.
Like we're so budget, my back of my knees are sweating right now.
I am.
We are keeping it simple.
man. This is it. But this is the nitty gritty. This is where the good stuff happens.
We want it
Yeah.
to
if
be
it
like
doesn't work like this, then bells and whistles are not the answer.
we
we
don't
want it
need
to be
comfortable chairs.
yeah. We want it to be like
100%.
we're sitting at the tin roof with headphones on.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable as hell.
Toronto.
Trana.
Toronto. Is that how you say it?
It's 2 syllables
Toronto.
if you're from there.
Yeah,
Toronto.
Toronto. Well, I went up there and played North by Northeast last year.
Uh-huh.
I didn't realize. Do you like make your women?
Like personally, am I in charge of that?
Yeah,
Or
do you
like
guys
is
like-
it's a government
Is it a
thing?
government
Yeah,
thing?
absolutely it is. But no, I personally
Unreal.
didn't that wasn't the where I put my service in
Yeah.
in when I was coming up.
Absolutely beautiful women in Toronto.
Toronto. Yep.
I've never seen anything like. They're all tattooed up. They look like the John Wick girls.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That
yeah.
do all. Yeah. You should go sometime.
Yeah, I haven't been invited.
Yeah. Well,
No, I mean, as a dual citizen, you're cordially invited.
Oh, thanks.
To my country.
I went to Canada one time. I went to Ontario to fish, and that was it.
Yeah.
And that was like 2009.
it's a good story.
It's a great thing to do there.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Amazing fishing.
I dig it up there, man.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
a lot
Bald
of
eagles.
hunting. Yeah. We don't eat them there, but they're, but we,
But you can in Canada, right?
Well, sure, they're so plentiful there.
They're not illegal. They're not the national critter, right?
What is the national bird of Canada? Like a goose?
Oh yeah,
Canadian geese.
Canadian geese.
Canadian geese.
Yeah,
absolutely. And
how
the
do you
beaver
make your bacon?
and a Canadian? Yeah.
I promise you, we didn't bring you on here to slander Canada. No, it's just happening.
Dude, Canada. I love Canadian people. I absolutely
Pea meal
love that country.
bacon. If you're not down with that, you can get the fuck out.
You're just serious.
Yeah, Canadian bacon.
Sometimes I'll go to McDonald's and throw away the rest of the Egg McMuffin.
Yep.
Really?
Just for that little round morsel of goodness.
Which is it's an interesting approximation of.
I know.
But yes.
Yeah. I mean, if it's round, it's Canadian bacon, right?
Well, sure. I misunderstood when I was young. I'd heard the phrase Canadian bacon, and as a child, probably 6 years old, I thought it was two things. It was Canadian and bacon.
Oh,
that's amazing. There was a moment when it was like, no, Canadian bacon.
Do you just call it bacon then?
No, it is called pea meal bacon.
Pea meal, I knew that.
Yeah,
I watched the cooking channel. I saw it on the cooking channel.
Yeah,
and I did
That's
not.
the way it appears on a menu.
Pea
Because
meal.
it's
Pea
like
meal?
if you go to pea meal. Yeah.
What is pea meal?
It's Canadian bacon, bro.
Yeah, dude.
I've never heard the word pea meal.
Yeah, it's like kind of cornstarchy. It's like a sort of
Okay.
a dusting of
I got you.
pea meal.
So born in Toronto.
Born in Toronto, and then I grew up in Calgary, the other side of the country.
Yeah.
Mountains.
Yeah.
The Stampede.
Been to the Stampede.
Yeah, exactly.
Played the Stampede, I believe.
Absolutely. Time-honored tradition.
Yeah. Enjoy it. Been all over that country.
I mean, that is a party. That whole week, the entire downtown corporate Calgary shuts down to drink.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like properly. Stampede breakfast is a sort of euphemism for like, I mean, it's on the company dollar, and you go to it's like you go to the convention center, and there are 600 tables, and there are pitchers of rum and Coke at 8 in the morning.
I thought you were going to say Labatt Blue.
I mean, whatever floats your boat.
in Crown Royal.
Yeah. Boop.
Sorry, our stuff's not
Number one.
high quality here.
Dude,
I'm going to keep track.
it's fine. Yeah, I'm fine. You're fine. We're fine. Yeah. So did you grow up doing music up there? I know you went to what did you go to school for up there?
Yeah, after high school, I went to music school for a minute for jazz, and then and then I dropped out of jazz school to go on the road.
You playing all across Canada?
Yeah, I toured with a guy named Johnny Reed. Who is a dude that lives down here.
Yeah, I've heard of Johnny.
Yeah, he's a prolific artist above in Canada. Like, he's the Rod Stewart meets, like, I mean, he packs arenas and does really big up there. Mm-hmm. And he comes down here and lives in Brentwood, and he owns a studio in Berry Hill, Soul Train Studio.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's his place. He built that, and he writes songs. And,
oh shit!
And gets up there, and he's on a billboard for like Tim Hortons because he's Scottish, and he'll so in Tim Hortons, the whole gag, it's a big campaign. It's like the McRib. It comes back every year, and it's like, oh my god, we thought it was never going to come back, and it's like, oh, here it's back. But it's called Roll Up the Rim, and he's under the rim of your coffee. It's like going to Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
And then if you roll the rim of the thing, you win or not.
That's
That's where the thing is. Absolutely. And so the roll up the rim to camp, and he is Scottish, and he rolls
up the rim.
There you go. And that's the whole campaign. Johnny Reed, roll up the rim.
Reed. You're just rolling up the rim up here in Canada.
I can't move past it.
No, the rim.
Roll up your rim.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if you didn't know that was a thing and you were
that's
visiting and you could see all these
Canadian-
people rolling up the rims on a coffee
Canadian rim job is a very proud, time-honored Canadian. I mean, we are very rim forward in Canada, and our and I'll go. And we'll all go to Tim Hortons together, and that dude will go. I'll give him my rim, and he'll roll it up, and I'll roll his, dude. And like, and that's freedom for us in Canada.
Wow.
And that's, I mean,
I'm so sweaty.
That's amazing.
yeah, dude, it's a great place.
Just dudes just up there rolling rims.
Man,
Yeah.
Just rim jobbing.
everyone.
Wow.
I don't can't.
How do you follow that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
How long were you up there? You did music your whole life, though. I mean, it was from an early age.
Sure. Like I started playing piano when I was probably 5 or 6, and kept in piano lessons until I quit piano lessons is when I was 12 because fuck piano lessons.
Yeah.
I don't want to practice.
No.
And then graduated high school, or like realized that it's like, okay, I can do well in high school, which I didn't. Or I could play some piano and go to music school. And I'm just like, wait, like if I record myself jamming, that's my audition, and whenever I get into music school, like that's acceptable to you parents? And they're like, yeah, go. Like, hell yeah. That's way easier.
So how long were you in school before you dropped out?
Like 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Basically.
So what happened? You got offered to get on the road with Johnny?
Johnny and his rim jobs?
Yeah.
Rim job
basically.
Johnny?
Yeah, that was before the public rim jobs. We were just doing roll up the rim to ourselves before it was a Scottish tradition. Yeah, I mean all across the country.
Nice.
It's a countrywide campaign.
Yeah. I love
For
it.
sure.
Can't believe we're back on it.
It's a national
country
holiday.
from another country.
How long does the Rim Job Festival last?
I mean, it's how long does a McRib last? It's like
what, a quarter or two?
Man, I don't even know. I've never had a McRib.
I've never had one either.
really?
Never.
Oh, guys,
You don't have to have one to be an American citizen.
No.
no.
Someone fooled you.
No, you don't have to do that, but you are going to have a McRib to get into heaven.
Well, better get on the next campaign.
I just can't do it. So you're touring with Johnny Reed.
Yeah.
How long did you do that? I mean, was that
5-6 years.
Yeah.
Like I was
until like what approximately?
07.
Oh, so you toured with him until you moved to Nashville.
I moved to Nashville and I toured with him for a couple of years. So like 2010, 2011.
Yeah.
And then I started playing with Joe Nichols.
Yeah. What brought you to Nashville besides music? I mean, was it somebody said, "Hey, you're really good. You should go to Nashville"?
There was an obvious ceiling to Canada in a way, because I had dropped out of music school. I was playing with two of some of the larger Canadian artists. Amanda Marshall's another one, and playing with Johnny Reed. And I was still teaching piano, and I was still playing gigs downtown, and it still wasn't like filling their plate. In Canada, across Canada tour, is there's 14, 15 major markets across the country, and you can only do that so much. So it's like a busy year for Canadian artists is 40, 50 dates for the year, which is cool, but you need multiple artists, and it takes a lot more crumbs to make the loaf of bread. And so
I got nice
I'm gonna write
analogy.
that down.
there's a sound effect for that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll work.
I guess that
Once we're when we're metaphoric.
we have 5 sound effects.
Four.
I think.
We have 4.
We have
Okay.
4. Yeah.
I'm excited to.
We're
hear
saving
them
up
all.
to get some more though.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
I'm just excited to hear what the other 3 will be. But
we'll bring them up periodically.
Yeah.
Sporadically.
Periodically.
Yeah. 2007, you moved here. Did you know anybody when you moved here? Did you met?
I knew a Johnny who lived here.
Yeah.
And through him, I met Brent Mayer, who was producing his records at the time.
Yeah.
And Brent and Diana and that whole family, and Brian Mayer. And sorry, those were the greatest. That was going to be like a sneeze.
Yeah.
But it was, and then I'm like, it sounds like I yawned.
Yawn.
I didn't know what it was.
Yeah. No, I didn't either.
I have a lot of sounds too,
right.
So I wasn't judging you by any means.
It was gonna be a sneeze, but then I bailed on it.
Is that is that a tick of yours?
We'll see.
We were talking about this earlier too before you got here. So I go to the YMCA every morning. I will not say which one, but if you go to this YMCA, you will know who I'm talking about.
Yeah,
this wonderful woman that checks you in at the front desk.
Yeah.
She is just a beautiful soul.
Yeah.
You know, very, very pretty, very, just smiling all the time, but she laughs after anything she says.
Yeah.
So it's like, good morning.
Yeah.
How are you doing today?
Yep.
And when I'm leaving, it's like, have a good day. It freaks me out now.
And you take it personally.
I take it. I take it.
Just, once you pick up on someone's like tick, then you can't not hear it every time.
Yeah.
Like
they make whole Seinfeld episodes about this for sure.
Yeah.
It's real life.
I mean, I went to high school with a dude that would laugh and he would go, after every laugh.
Yep.
It's just.
And the more time you spend, the less capacity you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's just, So I don't know where that came from, but because of your non-snoz.
Yeah. I'm going to be making all sorts of noise. I'm going to be testing you, motherfuckers.
It's cool. It's fine. So you get here in 2007. What did you do initially?
I was playing Lower Broadway. I was doing everything I could to just kind of be around. My job, as far as I was concerned, was to get out, and I never spent a night on the couch watching TV for the first probably 10 years of living here.
Oh, wow.
Like that was my job, was to like go out to this, go to a writer's round, go to jam at the Fiddle and Steel. It was more playing related.
Fiddle and Steel.
Yeah, dude. Like, and then met all those guys that played there. And most of them were Toby Keith's band.
Yeah.
And, Craig Maddox played keys with Blake Shelton at the time, and then Joe Diffie, and I just met all those guys, and they were so cool to me.
Yeah.
And just would get up and jam, learned all the repertoire just up and down Broadway. It was a different Broadway than it is today.
It was very substantially different.
Yeah. I drove my Volvo station wagon with a Leslie speaker and 2 keyboards and a keyboard amp to every Lower Broadway gig. I was playing Legends Corner, and I would just manhandle this huge fucking Leslie.
Good Lord.
And you could park right in front of the thing. So that was my thing to like keep myself engaged. I was like, I can be a better version of myself on Lower Broadway if I have a fucking awesome Leslie. And it's true.
Yeah.
It's tough to have a bad gig in that scenario.
Yeah, no doubt. How did you start working in the studios?
That came after the road.
Was Joe Nichols your first?
Yeah, Joe Nichols was the first road gig, and I, through friends, got the audition, and then toured with him for 4 years or so, 4 or 5 years.
Nice.
And that was awesome because I could play with one artist and fill my whole year.
Playing more than 40 dates a year.
Right, exactly. Like that whole thing is like, that's unheard of in Canada. Like what a dream. Like you're always trying to get as many gigs as you can.
Yeah.
And so to be able to just play with one person, go out for the weekend, come back home. And in those days it was like, go on the road, like get drunk, come home, get drunk. That was just like live in apartment homes in Nippers Corner.
Nippers Corner, baby.
Dude, it was like some of the worst feelings.
The worst and best times of my life.
Well,
it's the Preserve.
It's that last bus ride home.
Yeah. The Preserve in Nippers Corner.
Yeah.
On Edmondson.
I still live close to there.
Yeah.
I go to that Publix about every morning.
Hell yeah. Well, we now know what YMCA you go to.
Yeah, because they closed the Maryland Farms one, and they closed the Christchurch one. So yeah. The bus drive, the ones I hated were the Sunday morning early when you got back and you had been up, drinking quite a bit the night before, after the gig, and you ate the pizza, and then you had to get all your shit off the bus.
Yep. Yep. And most of those days, it was actually a dry tour. because Joe.
Oh, that's right.
And so, like, I'm not, obviously if there's no microphones on, like I didn't smoke any weed on there.
Yeah.
And that was okay.
Yeah.
And we do what we had to do.
Joe learned that on us.
So even like the band bus, no drinking?
There was one bus.
One bus?
Yeah, it was one awesome bus.
Yeah. That's cool.
And and I love those guys, and Joe's been part of my career.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sort of making fun, but like, I mean, he's been a part of my career in every sort of step along the way since I moved here. So like,
that's awesome.
And you transitioned into the studio through those people. You remember your first session?
First session was for my friend Stephen Lee Olson.
Yeah.
Songwriter extraordinaire, hit songwriter.
Yeah.
Fellow Canadian.
Yeah, fellow Canadian.
Yeah.
We moved here right at the same time. And Denny Carr introduced us. And
I forgot about old Denny Carr.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, good dude.
And he threw me on the session. Session players aren't gonna like be really quick to take chances on just like random other session players. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
hey, like I'm good. Will you hire me? Like it's that kind of thing. It takes it takes Stephen Lee Olson telling Ilya, who's running the demo session, like, hey, I want my friend Dave to play keys.
Yeah.
He's great. Don't worry. And Ilya like goes,
He's like,
okay,
I do
man.
not think so.
Yeah, he's like, man, it's on you. So, and so it was fine. It was at Benchmark with Chris Utley and probably Evan Hutchings and Dela and great times.
were you like super nervous your first one?
I brought my Leslie, which is my like emotional support Leslie, because
Didn't even play it, just sat on it.
I didn't need it.
Did you have to like come in and set it up yourself? You didn't have cartage?
for sure.
Or
There was
any of
no cartage, and
Yeah.
I didn't know any better. And I just thought like, oh yeah, well we're recording, so I need this Leslie. And it was like demos. It was like, okay, let's go. And sweet Chris Utley mic'd it and did the thing. Like, I feel like less sweet human beings would be like, put that thing back in the fucking car. We're making demos here. Like, plug your Nord into these two DIs. Shut the fuck up.
That's amazing.
But he mic'd it and was a sweetheart.
Dude, that's
and
great.
Continued to be a sweetheart.
What a guy.
Wow.
But I did stop bringing my own Leslie to demo sessions at Benchmark.
Awesome. And now you have cartage, I'm sure.
And now we have a whole truckload of every gear you'd ever want.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's nice.
And it grows every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
Instagram, thanks.
Yeah. Beep. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't have this keyboard purchase.
No, it's the thing. It's like someone said there's that one that's been going around of like the xylophone, the electric xylophone, where it has like pitch bendy weird stuff.
Oh, wow.
5 people have independently sent me the same video going, you need this. And it's like, yeah, like, I'll just add it to the cartridge.
Yeah.
like, okay.
So what other instruments do you play besides xylophone and keys?
Thereman?
Right.
Theremin?
Yeah. I mean, it knows no bounds.
I kind of want a theremin.
Yeah. You want a truckload of gear
Man, I'm not a huge gearhead.
that can just set up kind of wherever you feel like.
They don't let me have a lot of gear.
Right.
I tried to play electric one time, and Chad was like, no, you don't need to do that
No.
ever again.
It's a slippery slope.
Come on, bro.
Yeah,
Cool.
I can totally shred.
Yeah. I shred on my acoustic guitars on stage.
Yeah, you do.
It's fabulous.
Yeah.
Even though they're not turned on. Alan Jackson. What?
But
Anyway.
the
It's all
hay
good.
bale.
Well,
Yeah. I don't know. How long have you been doing session stuff? In town?
I've been doing session stuff since 2011-ish.
Okay.
Is when I started doing that and started demos were there, there were more of them and I was doing a lot more of them.
Talk about that, because I mean, I used to, when I was writing for Style Sonic for Tim McGraw, I mean, I was doing a demo session every other week,
right.
and everybody was.
Yeah.
And now it's to the point to where, I mean, there's so many track guys quotations
Right.
that I've been here for almost 3 years and have just did my first session last
Right, like
week.
you haven't needed it. It's just not a service that you need to like sell the song that you write that day. And
that's something even you've gotten into is doing production and track work for demos, but as well as producing artists on a master scale service type thing.
Yeah.
So you're not just a one trick pony. You're not just a musician. But I guess with keys though, you can do so much programming. And
I'm a track guy, and I can make it all with MIDI instruments, and I can get a convincing demo done really quickly, and it will sell the vibe of the song.
They sound freaking great too these days.
Yeah, it's not going to pass as a record.
No,
but
for demos, it's
right. But I mean, it's like
of demos.
But if you take that production and all the ideas are there, all the parts are there, the bass line, everything fits together the way it's supposed to. You play that you go to a session with a room full of awesome musicians. You play that, and then go, okay, you guys play it, and then like, oh, that sounds like a record. Because all of the heavy lifting has been kind of laid out.
Do you play any guitar or bass or anything?
I have
for demo stuff.
Yeah, I mean on my little fake keyboard, I've got all the plugins.
No, like real guitars.
Why, dude?
Some people are multi-instrumentalists.
No,
David
for
plays
sure.
piano and guitar.
It honestly, it takes me less time to program it than it does to play it and fix my mediocre. I'll write on acoustic, but as soon as we're hitting record, my bar is so high for what I want. That like I just don't professionally.
I get it. Yeah,
acoustic.
No,
I like.
When did you get into producing?
Around 2014, 2015.
That doesn't seem that long ago.
No, I mean,
but holy shit.
Yeah, 10 years. Wow.
I mean, yeah.
I was so much skinnier then.
Dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Dude, you and me both. Like
I look back at pictures and I'm like, what happened in 10 years?
And at that time I felt just like I did now. Like, man, I'm such a fat ass. But if fat me now could talk to fat me back then, I'd be like, bro, it gets worse.
It gets worse.
Like, how are these extra large getting so small?
Right?
Dude.
Damn
absolutely.
you, Lululemon, No.
Right.
Just dope.
Yeah, the whole every t-shirt maker making their things smaller.
Yeah, John Bravados, extra large in my ass.
That''s what I'm saying.
Yeah, I just sounded bougie right there.
Yeah, but this is why I don't fuck with them. I go to Target and get
that Van Halen tee.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So, like, it wasn't very long after you started producing, like, you started becoming, like, a big-time award-winning musician.
What's up with that, dude?
Yeah, what is up with that?
Dude, you've won, like, Musician of the Year, like, 5 times.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
It's crazy. I started doing that and then had an existential crisis that, like, I beat the game too early because I was 30 when that started happening, 31.
Yeah.
And it's awesome, but then I'm going like, okay, well, what's next?
Yeah.
And going like, man, I don't know if I can, like, am I going to be happy? Like, I look at someone like Jimmy Lee Sloas, who is, to me, the peak example of a session musician. He's the coolest human being. He's a consummate professional.
Yes.
Best gear, best attitude, elevates any room he's in. And he's, in his 60s and has been doing it a long time and has gas in the tank. And he's still crushing it. And
I don't think that dude will ever quit.
No.
And shouldn't.
No. We're so grateful to have him.
Yeah.
And there's no one else that does what he does. And that is, and that's awesome. But I go, man, I don't know if I could do that. I look at that and go, I'm starting to, it's not all Morgan Wallen records and Keith Urban records. Like, to make a living as a full-time keyboard player, you have to say yes to a lot of things that just aren't going to see the light of day. You've got you've got the Band of Destiny. You've got Ocean Way A.
Yeah.
You've got Drew Bowman. You've got the Grammy-winning greatest engineers. It sounds like awesome.
Yeah.
But it's a person, an artist, and like the artist's dad who's Like,
hey, we'll pay you $5,000 to play these 2 songs. And you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. And like the music sounds awesome, but it's, you know,
it's not going to do anything to elevate your career.
It's right. And then, so I'm just,
it's not soul rewarding
as a session player. I go like, it's obvious of like what we're doing here today. And that's okay, because it's money. That is part of the ecosystem. And who the fuck do I know? Like, that person will absolutely get in the right room with someone, and that person will be fucking famous.
No. It could happen so easy.
I mean, like, people go to Walmart for toilet paper all the time.
Yeah.
I didn't know what that meant, but it sounded good in my head.
No, that is that sums it up so perfectly.
Yes.
Succinctly. And so all that said, I felt like I was not being my best self in certain sessions where I was kind of checked out. Yeah. Or I'm guy on the phone kind of
mailing it in.
Just a little bit.
I mean, it would be hard. You guys, I mean, at that time, you guys do so many sessions.
Right.
And it's got to get to a place where it is starting to get, monotonous. 100%. You can only do 1, 4, 5, 6 minor. So many different times.
Ways. Tell me about it. 100%. There were just years of my life.
It's like, here comes another fucking tailgate,
dude. For everyone in the years of the height of the broest of the country, of the height of all of it,
which you were a major part of, yeah.
I'm part of the problem. I'm not bashful.
You elevated that bro country sound.
Man, I was just happy to be riding coattails.
Dude, and I'm sure the royalties aren't disappointing.
It's all awesome. It's all music, and it's all exactly what it needed to be when the world needed it.
Yep.
And that said, there is a whole, I forget where I was going with this.
The tailgate's monotony, 1, 4, 5, 6 minor.
Oh, yeah. You just find yourself it being more and more challenging to be intentional with it. And
be
so
engaged,
it was around that. Yeah, exactly. And so I'm going, okay, what can I do to fill my time doing some other stuff that's stimulating, and having those conversations with a producer friend that I was working for a lot as a keyboard player, going like, man, I got to figure out kind of what's next. I don't know what that looks like, but whatever. Do I need to go to Lower Broadway and like find a singer that I think is awesome and pluck them out of obscurity and like,
I'm gonna make them famous.
I'm gonna make you famous, man.
Yeah.
You just come with me.
Yeah.
Like, is that what I need to do next?
You needed a challenge.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, what's next? And so that guy was Joey Moi, and he started kind of just showing me the ropes and started me, I comped drums and comped guitars and just sort of learned his process and worked with him for a period of time.
For those, go ahead. No,
I was gonna say for people out there, can you explain what it means to comp guitars and comp drums? Like, what does that mean?
That means, so when you go into a studio with a full band, you'll play multiple takes of the song on every instrument, full band passes, and there is each of those performances has strengths and weaknesses, and basically you can pick and choose bits and pieces from all of the different performances and stitch them together to make a masterful, incredible, the best performance that anyone could be.
That's the best description of comping I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was great.
Thanks.
And
you know what that deserves?
And Joey Moi, for those of you guys who don't know, he was the producer behind Nickelback and FGL, and it's just a
huge
Morgan too.
Yeah,
Morgan Hardy.
Yeah, he's done some shit. So that's, you chose well to go in and learn from someone like that. And
yeah, no, I mean, that was totally my plan the whole time. That worked out.
Yeah. I got him.
I sent my resume. Mr. Moi. No, but he was really generous with his like time and knowledge, and I, learned a whole lot and worked on a whole bunch of music, and it was awesome.
Nice.
And then I was trying to like figure out work-life balance and started doing production on my own and realized
Hashtag low budget.
I just did it myself.
Yeah.
I made the mic stand. Boom.
Boom.
Sorry. Go right ahead. Continue.
No. Realizing that you can make the best production out of any song, but the production really is only as good as the song is. And so what I realized after that, when I wasn't working on Joey Moi projects, that I was like, man, this isn't the same as what we were doing before. And it's like, oh, that's because those are fucking smashes.
No.
Right.
And I'm working with, people that are just starting off and that kind of thing. And I'm like, okay, I need to figure out how you get better songs. And so that was kind of like, I'm going
to go start writing all these songs.
That's kind of it. It was like, that was the only part of the song making. If the line of the life cycle of a song, from the writing room to playing it on stage in an arena and it's a number one already and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I basically have worked in all of those things up until the songwriting part of it. And so it's like, as soon as it was a song on a guitar vocal work tape, I knew what to do with it from there. I could turn it into a demo, and I could turn that demo into a record, and then something happens from there. Radio people do whatever radio record company, whatever, and then it pops out at number one, and then you play that on the road, and I know what that looks like. Yeah. So I feel like it was like writing was. I was like, okay, cool, let's fill in that blank.
Yeah. How'd you get into the songwriting world? How'd all that start? What sparked that?
I signed with Spirit, and that's been awesome. I worked with Kara Jackson for quite a while, and they've been really awesome. Yeah, and I'm have that ecosystem, and a lot of the writers that were there, people that I kind of cut my teeth with a lot, and it's just about getting reps.
Yeah, that's a whole different muscle.
Exactly. It's kind of like, I know what it's supposed to sound like. I know the production. I know how to make it sound hitty. Yeah. But
then the lyrics got to be there.
Lyrics got to be there.
It's country music still, so there has to be lyrics.
Apparently.
Most of the time.
Yeah, this is not smooth jazz, guys.
Right. It all can't be smooth jazz. Try as I might. Try as I might to make a living playing instrumental music. That ain't it.
What do you got you're working on right now you're really excited about?
I've been working with Elle King for the last couple...
X's and O's, bro. Dude, she kills.
She's a fucking powerhouse.
Like Jenna, my love of my life. She does a lot of stuff. She's in advertising, so she works with Tennessee Tourism.
Yep.
Well, she did a concert in Memphis, and Elle King was one of them. The Roots was the backing band.
Oh,
and
nice.
Elle King sang, and it was so fucking good.
Dude, she
slayed. I was apprehensive. I'm like, oh great, it's Rob Schneider's daughter,
No, but she's so much more
be awesome. The animal,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I brought it out. But she did. She's so much more than that. She's awesome.
Legitimate artist where there are singers and there are acts and there are artists.
Yep.
And they are not all the same.
Nope.
And she is an artist.
Yep.
She's deep, and those songs were from inside of her.
Yeah.
And I've witnessed it where it's like, a lot of those huge hits are two-way rights, and
she's the major contributor of the hits. She's not like she's just getting in with A-listers and they're doing the work. She's
she is making that happen.
Good.
And so she's brilliant. And so I'm grateful to have sort of fallen into working with her. And
nice.
That came through playing sessions.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
Badass.
Working with Priscilla Block.
She's such a sweetheart.
David Garcia and I are working on that. It's been awesome. She's also somebody that has a very clear vision of who she is.
Yeah, she's got her own lane thing she's working on.
Yeah.
I can see that working.
Yeah, and it's so fulfilling as a producer to know that the artist you're working with has such a clear vision for all of the other things that will help the songs have the best chance possible.
That's right. That's a great thing right there you just said, because a lot of people will haw around. Well, I don't know what I want to do. I don't really know.
My
what I
label
want to
said
say.
I couldn't do this, and my label,
I
I couldn't get a budget, and
And this person's really cool. Let's do what they're doing.
Her team and these girls and Kara and Brittany and these girls that are like making video content, and there's meaning and deep, like there's a storyline to all these things, and there's like they're doing this thing that's pretty incredible, and so I'm again grateful to just sort of be there and help shepherd her vision.
Yeah,
so it's badass.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. Where's your favorite place to eat in Nashville?
Well, how depressed am I, and who am I with? Is it a solo mission? Because my couch and Jet's Pizza it's
a thing.
Are you you're a Jets guy?
Well, I'm a Jets guy in a certain capacity.
Man,
when it needs to be a Jets night, and turbo crust, 8-corner turbo crust, and just me and fucking boxers alone. Like I don't do that when my wife is home. Like I don't do that with someone.
No.
I don't do like if you guys come over to my house for pizza night. We're
5 points and
we're doing something cool and delicious pizza,
wonderful pizza.
But no,
the wife's out of town.
Self-inflicted.
I have that. Uber Eats is the worst for me when Jenna's out of town.
Oh God.
It's like, should I go and get a Blizzard, or should I just have it delivered to my house?
No, and it'd be an insult to humanity.
Yeah,
we've got so far,
and they can't deliver the ice cream cone to the house, so you have to go and get the ice cream cone and the Blizzard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, eat it on the way home.
Oreo Blizzard. Yeah. Well, you got to have the ice cream cone to eat on the way home, and then the Blizzard when you sit down at the TV with the blinds closed.
1000%.
Yeah, because then it's thawed out enough to where it's actually delicious.
Yeah,
I'm not afraid to buy myself an ice cream cake and just kind of. Nibble.
Yeah.
Feeds 12 people. It's like, no. Feeds one person.
Feeds one guy.
Like 3 times.
In his boxers.
What are these servings?
Right.
It's one.
Yeah.
You know, one thing I always loved about studio musicians was their ability to absolutely slander each other the whole time. Yes. So you guys walk into a studio, and it's just like slander, and then even like when you're listening to the song for the first time and figure out how you're going to play it, it doesn't even seem like you guys are paying attention. You're just like, you're kind of like glancing at the chart. It's like, okay, let's go do it, and then it's just slander. It's like, okay, as soon as the engineer hits record, then it's like everybody goes quiet, and you do your thing, and you're cranking out amazing work, and then as soon as like record is off. Or somebody's doing passes or overdubs, just slander, like all you just cutting each other down. Most offensive jokes you've ever heard in your entire life. Like, can you elaborate on that part of your job?
No, you just kind of laid it out.
It's it.
How was your shit talking game?
I mean, like I've got the hardware awards.
There it is.
There it is.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's definitely anytime, and it's writing room is no different. And
God,
like anytime that you work in close proximity with a small group of people, and the thing in Nashville is, there's 0.1% of the musicians in Nashville make a large percentage of the things, and I'm really fortunate to be in a small circle. And then we, after 10 years of being on headphones with these idiots,
oh God,
it's hilarious
because they are truly idiots. They're savants.
Savant idiots is great.
The thing they do, they are very brilliant, the top of their game, but they are numbskulls. Every single one of them.
It's we had John Kahn on, who was an LA guy. He's he's into the songwriting world and like a few other things, but he's never been involved in a Nashville session before.
It's a
and he
unique
was
thing.
talking about. He's like, the first one I went into is like this girl I wrote this song with this girl, and she's like, I got a thing. It was with Ilya.
Yep.
And
of course
he's
it's
like,
with Ilya.
Yeah, of course it is. I think he basically has the mafia.
Oh, absolutely.
Running
this is
Nashville,
old Russian. For
Anyway,
Very Russian mafia.
but John was like, man, I just went in and like they were playing the work tape and everybody was just talking and not paying attention. And he was like, they're not going to be able to do this song.
Yeah.
And Ilya's over there just writing up the numbers and then he's like, and then they went in and then they just played it and it was amazing. And I'm like, yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah,
But they're idiots to that point.
No, it's a
It
very
doesn't even look like you care.
It's a very particular.
I've even been in a master session. Like, okay, this is a master session, big time artist, and you guys are just like looking on your phone, shooting the shit while like you're listening to the work tape, and it's like, there's no way. And then you guys go in there, and it's like, oh, you just fucking killed it.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you work for certain producers and certain artists and certain sessions, they want you to listen to that demo and copy the demo.
Yeah.
They'll say, a producer will say something like, I really like what's going on in the demo. Let's use that as a strong starting point.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the time you're going to be making notes on your chart.
Gotcha.
We'll listen to it a second time. Well, the first time around, we'll be kind of fucking around getting the vibe. And then we'll get the chart. A lot of the time while Ilya is writing the chart, we know in a demo session when things are fast and loose, Ilya will write a chart, or the leader will write a chart while the song is going down. We're listening to the vibe of it, but we are like, we're Ron Burgundy. Like, we will only read what's on the teleprompter. And so like, it kind of doesn't matter what's going on.
Right.
Respectfully.
But then at some point, like after the first take, the producer or someone might be like, hey, can you get a little more of this? And you're like, oh yeah.
And that's the whole gig.
You guys, I mean, session players don't get enough credit sometimes because they will, be a big driving factor to the production of the song.
Totally.
Okay, what if we do this here instead of this? The producer's like, sure. And that's your guy's idea.
Yeah.
When the producer's getting the producer credit for it, but not,
No, but like,
it's
that's why I feel good as a producer, because I have the toolkit from all these different hats I've worn over the years. And and that's why, and production, everyone comes to production from their own path, and there's no right way to become the producer. And Shane McAnally doesn't know frequencies, and he doesn't know sound, and he doesn't know like, is that a augmented
like real theory?
He's not a musician. But he's a feeling, he's a vibe guy, and he knows when it's right.
And he leans on you guys to bring his ideas to life.
100%. And that's no less valid of producing than Joey Moi, who is a engineer sort of first, and then learned to speak the language in Nashville of players and read charts. And now it's sort of second nature to him. He knows chords and numbers and all that stuff. And Dann Huff, who, I'm not going to say that he doesn't like listen to the lyrics, but like, I don't think that's sort of on his top checklist.
That's
like,
not why he's there. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's a musician, and he's not a mix engineer. And so, he surrounds himself with people that offset his skill set.
Yeah. I fangirl over that guy.
Oh yeah.
I used to go to the Maryland Farms YMCA, and he would be in there, and I would even get on that little leg machine, that the one where the ladies get on all the time. He would be beside up, and I would just go get on that just to be near him.
Yep.
Yeah,
Try
and get some of that magic.
You are more successful today for having done that.
Yes, for Dan Huff's sweat may have gotten on me,
dude. It is science.
Well,
have you ever had like a really challenging session where you're like, oh my gosh, this is just awful?
Yeah, totally. I've had plenty of challenging sessions.
Yeah,
for sure.
On the daily.
Yeah, some are like technically harder. It's always Christmas music where it's like, no, I'm not kidding. It's
Christmas
like,
music,
dude. Christmas music is.
Have you heard Gary Chapman's Tennessee Christmas?
It's
got
just
every
like
chord.
jazz, based. Like all of those Christmas songs are all weird chords, and I would invite you to listen to Christmas music with that in mind. And so that's always like an extra thing. But like,
well, you went to school for jazz. Is it a thing where it's like, since you've been in Nashville for so long, you don't really play like that? Is it hard to wrap your head back around that to get in that vibe?
Yeah, it's like I can play confidently jazzy enough to play on your, Rascal Flatts Christmas record and make it give the vibe of jazz. But like, I'm not the guy to like sit at the Blue Note in New York and like Dave Cohen jazz piano player night. Like I don't have that depth. So I dabble enough to be dangerous.
What is your favorite style of country music? Like obviously you were a big part of the bro country movement, and maybe that's, I'm saying that in jest. Is there a style of country music that you're like, oh man, that's the kind of country I like to play, whether it's like from the back in the day or the 80s, 90s now?
I mean, I have appreciation and have kind of studied all of those over the years. And my years with Joe Nichols was like, okay, this is like Merle Haggard school. And we played all sorts of old country, and I learned Pig Robbins and that bag of piano playing over the years playing with him. And then playing on Lower Broadway, you
play everything.
At that time, this is in 2007, 2008. So you're playing 90s and early 2000s country.
Yeah. Yep. I just had flashbacks from that time.
No, I mean, you know what the stage was like in 2006?
Yeah. We had just gotten a record deal.
Yeah, baby.
Ooh, man.
Yep.
It was.
I remember
it was a simpler time.
It was. The Tin Roof was a simpler place.
Yeah.
Dude, when I was in college, for 1 year, I worked security at the Red Iguana, which is now Jason Aldean's place.
Yes. I remember the Iguana.
I remember standing outside, just listening to all the bars around. And I can't tell you how many times I heard like Montgomery Gentry. This is like 2004 or 5.
Yep.
Dude, like that's all you heard was Montgomery Gentry.
Yeah.
I don't know. What was it? Like
My Town.
Gone.
My Town.
Gone was the big song.
Hillbilly Shoes.
Yeah, like that. Yeah. That was what I was playing down there.
Yeah.
For sure.
I just had another flashback.
Yep.
Spent a lot of time with them boys. God rest Troy. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite genre of music outside of country that you go to
Smooth
like
jazz.
clear your mind?
I mean, podcast. Is that a genre of music? Actually, Spotify will want you to believe that is a genre of music.
Man, I tell you what, I agree with that right there. Because as we are musicians, well, we play a lot of music and we listen to a lot of music. When I don't have to, I mean, it's talk radio or something else.
Comedy.
And it comes in seasons.
Yeah.
But my bandwidth right now, the amount of my day that's spent either in front of Pro Tools or not facing the computer writing a song with a room full of people or with headphones on in a studio from 9 a.m. until, whatever.
Yeah.
Like every day of every week, it covered up with that. And so when it's time for me to just like go for a drive,
music is the last thing you want to listen to.
It's not the last thing, but it's just like a silence is actually.
I mean, I'm in a different part of music, but like I had to listen to music like demos. That's all I do is listen to demos. And so like when I don't have to do that, it's like podcasts, sports talk, comedy. It's like anything non-music related. It's like, just to kind of just get your mind out of that.
Because a lot of the time when I do listen to either new music that I don't know innately and I'm new to it, I can't not listen to it from my professional analytical brain. So for me to like take in a new band,
picking everything apart, like I would have done that so different.
Like not always bad, but it's like that is where my head is, and I don't just like go, oh, that's cool, oh, that's different. Like I know people that can like really listen and take in new music, and I am, and the statistics, whatever, like after you're 30, it's much harder to. It's like your musical tastes kind of solidify once you're around the age of 30.
I agree with that 100%. Yeah.
And whatever, and the capacity to learn new, musical things or like be really receptive to it.
The new styles,
You understand what your parents were talking about.
Truly. Truly. And I'm not saying you can't do it, but I feel like it takes a little bit.
I remember mom being like, why are you listening to that rap?
Right. This garbage.
Yeah. DJ Quick. What?
Right.
Huh? NWA? What? No.
Yes.
No.
So besides the Twangtown podcast, what are some other go-tos you like to listen to?
Yeah.
I listen to car podcasts.
Yeah.
So the Smoking Tire podcast and Spike's Car Radio.
So you're a big car enthusiast.
Yeah. I like cars.
What kind of cars do you like?
I like Porsches.
Okay. Yeah, baby.
As an enthusiast, that was my vasectomy gift to myself.
Really? What'd you get?
A Porsche. I bought a 911.
Hell yeah.
I was 36, and I'm like, I've made it to 36 without having children. So I'm gonna not ever
get
have
a Porsche.
So
I love how you gave yourself a vasectomy gift. That's the first
for sure.
time I've ever heard that.
No, it was like congratulations, you didn't have kids.
Yeah.
This Porsche is going to be cheaper than any of your friends for,
Oh yeah.
I completely
kids.
Agree with that.
Anyone with even one kid.
I think it's like what, $200,000-$300,000 to raise a kid.
I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah. So my Porsche is decidedly cheaper than that.
Nice.
And so
what color did you
think
get?
it's cool. I had one. I'm on my second one. I sold one, but I have a black one now. And that's my hobby. I haven't had hobbies. I started having hobbies when I was 36, and
car is a hobby.
Car is a hobby because I go on driving trips.
Yeah.
Like I wake up in the morning to go like driving back roads.
Yeah.
And I've met a bunch of friends, and we all
in Porsche clubs.
I mean, it's not an official Porsche club.
It is. You have T-shirts.
But, I a card-carrying member of the Porsche Club of America.
Yeah, baby.
Absolutely.
I love you so much more right now.
Oh, yeah.
It's lit up.
Wait, I'm going to give you...
Here comes the pictures.
No, you think...
Show us your baby. Show us your baby.
No, it's not even that. It's
he's got his wallet
card-carrying member.
Oh, he's not even joking.
Like,
there it is.
Yep.
There it is.
Porsche Club of America.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
It's an actual thing.
Yeah.
I love it.
And what comes with every Porsche Club of America, and you kind of have to have it, is a thing with $5,500 in cash.
What?
Yeah. I have every Porsche owner, and it's the thing. Here it is. This is a...
Let me see that. You don't drop it. It's not nice.
What? Did you just pull out a bank?
Oh, yeah, dude. It's just a Porsche thing.
Oh, it's sealed. Shit.
Yeah. I mean, you're welcome to...
So you have $5,000 cash in this thing?
$5,500.
You did.
$5,500.
Yeah.
Huh.
Dude.
You have to carry around that whole time?
We get to.
We get to. Dude, I hope you don't get mugged.
On the way out of here today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, when does this air?
A week from today.
Yeah, I'm buying some speakers tomorrow. So I came from Pinnacle on the way over here. That said,
I have $75 in my
every
my,
Porsche owner. It's like a gentlemanly thing. I don't carry any less than $5,000 on my purse.
What started that? How did that become a thing?
What's that?
The 5500.
You know he's fucking with you, right?
No, I mean I'm taking it all for face value.
Yeah, no, I mean it started really young. No, when really young at 36, you join the Porsche Club of America and they give this to you and they're like,
Here you go.
have at her.
Okay.
Yeah, it's known, universally known.
Now
Everyone knows this.
Yeah, no, we all know
it's
it.
a great club. I know great clubs.
No, I guess you guys
Porsches
don't
are
have
fine
Porsches,
cars.
so
No.
you wouldn't know. You have what? Probably kids.
Yeah,
2, actually.
definitely have 2 kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're definitely.
There's no
College
Porsches
and
in my
private
sight.
school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no
even know if
respect. The world needs kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
But
want
not mine.
mine?
Yeah, you don't. But they don't. The world doesn't need mine.
I'll take your Porsche.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
It sounded like a weird trading thing. And never mind. I don't know. Yeah. Pokemon cards.
yeah.
Yeah. What else you got going on right now, man?
I mean, is that not enough? What else?
Well,
is
no,
there?
no,
I'm kidding.
You got a session coming up tomorrow or anything?
No, I am like this week heavy into. There's
Driving
got
a
a couple of exactly. I just kind of like wake up and drive. No, we seriously like a couple times a year we'll take like a drive to like North Carolina and stay 2 or 3 days at a small whatever motel in the mountains and just Blue Ridge Parkway, Cheraholias Skyway, all
The
that
Devil's
shit.
Backbone.
Devils, that
Yeah.
shit, like all of that shit.
Nice.
Yeah.
World class.
So today is July 3rd.
Yes.
Tomorrow
July
is the
3rd.
birthday of America.
America.
America,
The United States of America.
my
1776.
country.
So what are your big plans? You said this is your second year.
Yes.
So do you celebrate big Independence Day? Have you always? Is this a new thing for you? Like, what are your plans?
No, I'm gonna smoke meat.
Yeah.
That's my.
gonna do that too.
Is that code for like
Southern shit. It's like a rim.
rolling up the rim?
Yeah, it's rolling up the rim. I'm bringing down certain Canadian traditions.
I need some pea meal.
No, it's the It's the American side of me.
Gotcha.
Is there will be a brisket and there will be ribs.
Okay,
And,
okay.
Yeah.
these things will be smoked.
Nice.
I'll cheating or not cheating with a Traeger.
I have a Traeger. I love it.
Yeah.
I don't care. Hate
Yeah.
me for it.
I'm a Weber guy. I'm sorry, guys.
No, that's cool. The world needs you as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Charcoal is
Weber's a fine brand.
no charcoal's just fine.
Charcoal's
but,
just fine.
yeah.
I don't use charcoal.
No?
I can't stand the taste of charcoal.
What do you
So
just put wood in there?
it's an electric smoker.
It's a gas grill.
Oh, gas grill.
Propane, boys.
Propane.
Evenly done.
Yeah.
No, I want a smoker, though.
Oh, so you're grilling like steaks.
I'm grilling
and-
steaks.
Got it.
No, I don't smoke any meat.
Got it.
I've looked at some smokers, but I haven't purchased one yet.
It's a
should do it.
lifestyle.
Oh, I'm going to. I want to buy another house first, though,
Cool.
to put around
You can buy a
the
Traeger
grill.
so much sooner than you can buy a new house.
Yeah.
Right. You could buy like 2 Traegers for the
Yeah.
surveillance.
2 Traegers.
Maybe we can get a Traeger
They are getting
endorsement.
pricey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. You guys have a podcast. Why aren't we doing like AG1 or?
I do AG1. We both do, actually.
Yeah, but we are not sponsored by AG1.
Oh,
We
we
are
should
not.
be sponsored by AG1.
We really should.
We're hoping soon we'll get our first sponsor at some point. But,
Yeah.
we're still growing. You know,
I'll spot what I'll spot
50
I
to
got
500.
$100.
Here, give me that
right
back.
here. If this is Dave Cohen's
Then we're going to say
Twangtown
this is,
podcast.
We'd
this
like
is
to
Twangtown,
thank our
presented to you by
sponsor
Dave
today.
Cohen.
Man, we get a Porsche sponsorship, too.
And then every episode, we'll just give you amazing shout outs for a minute and a half. And-
right.
Yeah.
You know?
Just the Dave Cohen minute.
Yeah.
We'll just say Dave Cohen. That's it. We'll be talking to another guest and be like, so what brought you to Nashville, Dave Cohen?
Yeah.
Do you know Dave Cohen? Do
Dave-
you know he's kind of a big deal?
Yeah.
Do you know he's now an American citizen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we love him for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. No, I'm just proud to be an American.
Yeah.
Okay, Lee Greenwood.
Yeah. This is what I'm saying. This is the season. This is when I get to
Have
do
you
that.
seen Lee Greenwood's tiny saxophone?
Have you seen it? Did you ever find a picture of that?
I have videos.
But
Like,
you don't have it.
like a
readily
real
accessible.
saxophone?
No, dude, I did this charity thing with a bunch of different country artists, and Lee Greenwood was like, one of the guys.
That's a charitable dude.
So my man is up there. He's up there singing the tracks, right? And he breaks into, of course, God Bless the USA. In the middle of it, along with tracks, he somewhere pulls out this tiny saxophone and wails on it. It's one of the greatest moments of my life.
That's incredible.
It was the crowd went nuts.
Like a real saxophone.
A real
And he said it
saxophone.
sounds like a real.
It sounded like a real saxophone,
like a full-size saxophone.
It was tiny. It was probably a foot long.
We need a video of this.
I'll show it to you when we get done with this. It's absolutely one of the most amazing moments of my life.
Is there anything that guy can't do?
No.
But like, where was he storing that the whole time?
Do you think that he's going to be up for sainthood? Because there's this internet guy that just got, or they're like trying to get him.
I think so.
Sainted.
Really?
Lee Greenwood and Chuck Norris
Yeah.
are,
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'm not
American
Catholic,
icons.
but I think if there's any Catholics listening, put his name in the hat.
Yeah.
Lee Greenwood.
So it's two miracles he has to do. One is pulling his tiny saxophone out.
Saxophone and writing or being part of that song.
Yeah,
I don't know if he wrote it.
What did I hear
Did he
the
write
other
it?
day? Yeah. Somebody was talking the other day. It was like the only time I hear "God Bless the USA" is when a tragedy occurs.
Sure.
Now,
I mean,
like,
and the
kinda makes
4th of July. there are slow motion tragedies happening every day in America.
I can't wait to see the fingers missing tomorrow.
No.
Ow.
Hey, speaking of fingers,
Yeah.
have you ever used one to spin a wheel of shame?
Oh man, I've done so many shameful things with my fingers.
Yes.
Just not that.
Get on up there and finger
Well,
that
there's
thing,
a first time
son.
for everything.
All right.
It's all in code, so it's not going to make sense. To
Okay.
me.
Cool. I just have to. Yeah.
This is going to determine your life path moving
It's in
forward.
English.
It's in English.
I speak American English pretty fluently.
How's your French?
Yeah.
I mean,
What'd
it's
you hit?
right on the thing there, but it's 999.
Oh, 9999.
9.
Enjoy.
What a great way to celebrate Independence Day.
It
We're going to
really
go straight
is.
for Germany's finest.
Yeah. Take this, Hitler.
Yeah, this is for you, Hitler.
This is good times. You say you forgot to clean everything?
Everything's dirty.
Wow.
That's fine.
It's fine.
That's fine, man.
I mean, this is antiseptic, I'm sure. There we go. Let's fucking go. Yeah.
And then he has to, well, you have two things. You have this.
Does this go in my face or my...
No, this
Rim.
definitely goes in your face.
Oh, okay.
This
We're
goes,
not,
yeah.
we're not, okay.
You're not rimming it. You're not rimming it. I don't envy you.
Oh, no, I'm proud to be an American. Or is this Germany's fucking revenge?
That's
on
a
us
terrible
now?
white supremacist band name.
Yeah, Germany's revenge.
David stopped drinking on us, so
Yeah.
it's just me and you.
Okay.
Well,
No, somebody's got to
probably
know.
should.
Yeah, so for everybody listening, 999 is a shot of Rumpelmans.
Oh,
So
God.
it's like 100 proof, but you know, it's like mouthwash.
It's
Yeah.
like,
You've had it before, right?
Yes.
Yes.
it's like denting.
You are a professional musician.
Yeah, come on.
Well done.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, that's like just swallowing mouthwash.
that's
Yeah.
all it is. So
Don't you feel refreshed now, though?
Yeah.
this is getting you lathered up for the
like
main
a-
event.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
So have you ever done smelling salts before?
Like, have I been knocked out and revived?
Or just that and or coherent in doing them?
Like
no.
willingly.
Yeah.
Like it's like a drug that we do.
Yeah.
Like, you want to?
So this is our Twangtown initiation.
Oh God.
So everybody does it. We've all done it.
Okay.
So right here I have a bottle of Atomic Rhino smelling salts.
Yep.
So I'm going to take the lid off and you're just going to hold it right here
Yep.
and just go.
Real big deep breath in.
Okay.
Breathe out.
Higher, higher,
Higher.
higher, higher,
Up there.
higher.
Oh! Oh! What is? It's like it stings the nostrils. To quote.
What does it smell like?
I mean, what formaldehyde, like fucking jet fuel, and the like it
super fermented cat piss.
Right? Yeah. Like it's that.
It's that.
Is it? It's ammonia, right?
Yeah.
It's concentrated. It's ridiculously concentrated.
Yeah. Like I mean, this is how you.
And so, like about a month ago, I think the FDA made those illegal to sell as smelling salts.
Really?
Yeah, you can still buy it, but you're not allowed to smell it. Like the guy.
I to smell it, man. I'm
follow
gonna give
the
you
guy.
this bottle, but you got to promise me
No, but I follow
that you
this.
ain't gonna smell it.
I follow this account on Instagram, and the guy who makes it, he's like having to totally rebrand. He's like, "Oh, what you do is hold a cloth over it, and you can clean your workout equipment." I'm like, right.
Oh, that's like
So,
I bought brass knuckles, and there was like a paperweight.
Right. So
Yeah.
like down here at the bottom it says smelling salts. Well, he made new labels that you can't say smelling salts on it anymore.
It's like
not for smelling.
seeing
Does that
salts.
does that run out?
Yeah, so it's going to lose its potency after a
Oh, I
while
see.
because every time you open it, more and more comes out.
Got it. It doesn't last forever.
When we first did it,
Everlasting
we had
smelling
Right.
I mean, we came in.
We didn't know what we were doing.
We didn't know what we were doing.
Do you know who Jim Ed Norman is?
yeah.
So he was the first person we ever did it with,
Oh, buddy.
and we almost killed him.
Yeah.
Like because dude,
cardiac arrest.
he's like in his late 70s,
Right.
right? And so
He was up in
put
his
it like
nose.
this,
Oh.
and he fell over in that chair.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's like when Adderall makes people that have ADD stop and hit the ceiling. That's basically what happened to him.
Yeah.
We thought we'd killed him.
Yeah. No kidding.
Yeah.
The have you seen? There's some Instagram video of, and it's this to a lesser extent of old people's reactions to IPAs.
What?
No, there's like an old guy, and it's just like here's a video. I'm gonna give my dad this really hoppy, blah blah blah, whatever,
Yeah.
fucking hazy IPA,
Yeah.
and the dad just goes drinks it. And goes, oh my God, that's up. Like he's just like a grumpy guy, but like with the remember bitter beer face.
Yes. Yeah.
Like
It was that.
That's me.
I love it.
I can't stand them.
yeah,
Dude, where can
IPA.
people find you?
Oh God, I mean Dave Ross Cohen on Instagram.
Dave Ross Cohen, named after the character and the
Yeah.
actor from
Yeah.
Friends.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Are you on Facebook and Twitter and all that too? Or are you just primarily Insta?
That's the easiest straight. Yeah,
gotcha.
Facebook,
Cool.
just for Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah. So you want to get raped?
No, I just want like old dumb cars, dude.
dumb
It's
cars.
just like
I want all the old 911s.
Do you fix up cars too?
I want to do more of that.
Yeah.
I did that in a previous season of life when I had more time.
Yeah.
When I was on the road, I'd come home and I had an old TR6, like
Yeah.
an old British convertible. Yeah.
Do you have a unicorn out there you want to get your hands on? Any kind of car
An
that you're
Eleanor?
like I want that.
I mean,
That's my dream
honestly,
car.
I have the dream car, like
You
the
got it.
911. Like,
Well, I know some
there's
Porsche
always-
people. They're like, I want the 1967.
You don't want
there's
the
a-
little bastard.
There's all like it's like watches. It's like guitars. It's like anything. It's like there is the I just wanted a real American fucking Stratocaster.
Yeah.
Like I wanted that thing. It's a base model. But it's like just well done and the perfect thing. There are it's like guitars. Like there are $300,000 guitars.
Yeah.
There's $1 million guitars because it's a one of one or it's a
Yeah.
special thing or they made two of them or whatever. And like I don't need to fuck with that to like enjoy driving.
Right.
it.
Yeah.
So
Is there a piece of like keyboard or piano or something where you're like,
I mean,
that's
I'll
vintage
get a
or something
nice
like-
piano. I don't have like
are you into vintage? Or you're like, man, I want
Yeah.
that new thing.
No, I have most of the new things.
Yeah.
And it's like I got the B3. It's like I've been through so many, again, seasons of life where it's
Yeah.
like my whole 20s and early 30s was like hoarding music gear. And now like I just like you get kind of one of everything.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and now it's like, okay, I know what works for me, what doesn't.
Right.
Something new comes along, I'll buy it and I'll mess with it and sometimes go, okay, I'll sell it. This is stupid.
Yeah.
Or this is cool and I'll work it into my workflow. But I know what works for me,
Gotcha.
Nice.
more or less.
Dude,
But dude, yeah.
Thank
Appreciate you coming on.
Dude,
Yeah.
thank you.
appreciate
You're
it.
awesome.
It's good to see you.
Man,
Glad
so
you get
cool.
to celebrate your second Independence Day.
I know.
Both y'all are sweating now.
So fucking
I am sweating.
free.
My palms are sweating.
Yeah, I know. For sure.
A, it's hot in here. B, that shot.
Yeah.
I can feel it coursing through my veins.
Yeah,
right
it makes
now.
me want a cigarette.
Y'all go check out Dave Cohen and tell them where they can find us.
Yes, we are available on all streaming platforms. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Like, subscribe, follow. Rate. All the things.
All the things. Well, y'all have a happy 4th if we hear this before. If not, then it's going to be after. So have
This
a happy
is totally
4th
coming
next
out
year.
after the 4th. But yeah, I hope you didn't blow any fingers off, people.
Yeah.
Not
or
me.
roll up any weenuses. What is it?
I need my fingers. Oh, roll up the rim.
Roll up the rim.
Yeah, rim jobs.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.